Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing the Simply Bralette by Jasmine Britton. This is the Simply Bralette, another finished object in my attempts to find some summer wearable knitwear that I could make. So this is a sort of basic pattern, but I really like it as a little camisole. It has a wide stockinette folded sort of edge, which I've never done before. So it uses a provisional cast on. There is a like purl row where you intend to fold it, and then you sort of like knit it again with the pattern before moving up. In terms of this one, I think it's not my favorite. I think I would prefer to have the Nurture Bralette, which I've sewn last week, just knitted a little bit longer if I wanted a camisole. I would do the Nurture Bralette, knit it longer, and then add this sort of folded bottom to it. I think would be my perfect or ideal camisole. Even though I didn't like this one as much, once it's blocked and worn, I actually kind of enjoy the look of it. So it does have some increases in the body. I knit this one a little bit longer. I think I added an extra 10 rows just so I got a little bit more length on it, so that would hit me at my natural waist instead of sitting high. And then there are some increases on either side to accommodate the bust, and then of course the finishing. I found the finishing on this one not as ideal. So for the back, I went with the I-cord just because I really liked how that looked on the bralette, but there was not a lot of way to like incorporate the I-cord into the straps in a way that looked really nice and clean. So I kind of get like a jog of space where my I-cord finishing on the back is, and then where it connects to the straps. In the front, I decided I didn't want to do the I-cord because it didn't turn out so well. So I used the recommended finishing on the front, which is just an Icelandic bind off, which works okay, but it does tend to roll a little. When it's stretched across my bust, it doesn't roll, but it can just sort of flip down. So it's not the nicest finish in my opinion, but that does incorporate a little bit better into the strap attachment on the front, which I thought was kind of more important, that this looked more seamless than the strap attachment in the back. Again, this is something that I would probably wear with a lightweight like linen shirt over top of it, but I do enjoy how it looks. So for this one, I have used Malabrigo Oreo yarn, like that's the type of yarn, which is like a DK, and then the colorway of Turcas. So this is 100% superwash merino. I kind of like wearing merino like little camisoles because I think they're kind of nice. They feel really nice against the skin, and I don't get too hot in them. But obviously this is something that you could use some plant-based fibers for as well. It's a rather tight fitting garment, so I don't know how a plant-based fiber would work, just because they tend to not have as much elasticity and as much memory as something like a merino wool would have. Like this sort of like clings to the body and is a little bit nicer in terms of that. It is knit with a negative ease, so you do get some nice contouring around the body. This is a hand-dyed yarn, but it does have some like shades and variegations of greens and stuff like that. I used exactly one hank of this yarn to make this tank top or bralette. I bought a bunch of these because I really loved the color, and so I'm probably going to make a sweater with it later on. But yeah, I took exactly one of these, which is 335 yards. So again, quite economical in terms of like not needing a whole lot of yarn, which is really nice with all of these little small skimpy bralettes and camisoles that like you can get a finished object with very little, like one skein of yarn. Like I said, this isn't my favorite finished object. I definitely prefer the shaping of the Nurture Bralette a little bit better, but there are some aspects of this that I definitely want to take and like combine together to make my perfect garment. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Simply Bralette, and I will see everyone next time. Take care.